right, welcome to the Aftercast, where we talk about the Batacult podcast that we just finished. I'm Jen.
I'm Felix.
And we have Holly.
Yes, Holly
who
is
currently
now
silent.
He is resting on me. That is all he wanted.
Beeping the whole time.
Oh, man.
Like, I know we talk about this so often, but this cat...
He's so... Well,
any time...
We had 9 different guests this time.
And he didn't get to say hi to any of them.
No.
And he's not even going to come say hi to me.
No.
He's out. He's out. He's gone now.
He's gone.
Well, how do you feel that went?
It was a lot at once, and so my memories... After every podcast, there's this weird thing where it's kind of hard to remember.
Yeah.
But now I've got the one where I talked to 5 different people, and I was 6 different people.
Yeah.
That's a spectacular memory access exercise.
Memory access error.
There's no errors. It's just like, well, it's complicated, is like kind of the message that I get.
Right. Man, this was such a fun episode. Like, thank you, Tyler, for coming up with this idea. Because, like, oh my god, I can't wait to see everyone's personas. Like, Rob's especially.
I'm really looking forward to ones like Rob's and Jules's. I have to go look up some references because it's been like, of course, 90,000 fucking years since this game was online. But the original Furcadia had a really interesting design for Phoenix characters. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it would be a really good look for an avian.
Right.
And I think actually a similar build could be used for insect people.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking forward to it. I was hoping someone would get Stickbug, and no one got Stickbug who kept it.
Tyler got it, but he had already picked Snow Leopard.
Yeah, and Snow Leopard was superior for
yes.
a Tyler choice. I was really hoping that we'd get an interesting spread, and we did.
Oh, we definitely did.
Let's see.
Umbra being the only person who rolled cat.
I mean, let me look at this. Now, I do find it funny that, we've got the 2 standard animals of furry, which is wolf and fox.
Yeah.
Cat is often in the standard furry animals, but I thought it was really funny whenever we got wolf because it's like, oh yeah, we always gotta have a wolf, and we got fox too. All right,
man.
Beaver.
Umbra almost got Arctic wolf.
I know, that would have been real cool,
right?
But like, I think the cat.
Yeah.
I think the cat is powerful.
I think it's great. I can't wait to see what you do with all of these. Especially mine. The flamingo. That's so fun.
I was just looking at that. Yeah, I think between flamingo and giraffe, I'll probably have a couple of alternate designs involving neck length. Mm-hmm. Like, same with Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta... There's a lot of compromises you gotta make with anthros.
Yeah.
And this is... I'll probably let some other people come in and help with the designs.
Oh, I'm excited.
Because I get hung up with anthro designs. I want them to be a lot more like realistic animals. And so I'll get like kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Whereas like Venom cranked out a real interesting looking anthro the other day.
Yeah. And like we didn't even roll like half of these. Like let me just see some of these that are on here that we didn't get. Cow. Mantis.
Well, of course there's a mantis.
A possum.
Oh, I would have loved possum. I had a possum character once.
Cockroach.
I would have loved having cockroach. We basically already have that with...
Bird of paradise.
Huh.
Firefly.
Firefly. Well,
African clawed frog.
that's a very specific...
They have Yeti on here twice.
See, but you have the option of submitting or editing
Yeah.
the choices. I think they've had a couple people.
Oxpecker.
Oh,
Clownfish.
Clownfish is okay.
Orangutan. A fennec fox.
Oh, fennec foxes are fun.
Yeah. Wombat. Oh my goodness, there's so many fun ones. Yeah. That was great.
Sticky Fox and the Hound. Your movie is better.
Oh man, Gerald, that was great. So, are you going to be doing them in the same style as the portraits? Or like
No idea yet.
framed, just a face? How are you going to do it?
I think that it will be about the same way as you see the portraits now.
Yeah.
To be able to, I don't want to have to change the whole set. So something that makes sense in the frame thing that we've got now. Still doing it in the frame, basically. Yeah. And then it's quite likely they'll be 3/4 instead of front facing, because it's a lot easier to do 3/4 with Anthro, I think.
That makes sense.
Especially birds. Mm-hmm. Front facing a bird.
No.
Beak. No.
No, and you got 2 of those to do.
Yep.
Plus you got to figure out whatever the fuck you're going to do for the butterfly.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that one.
Which one are you the most concerned about?
Let's see. Quite honestly, giraffe.
Really?
'Cause the most distinguishing features of a giraffe are typically the neck and the pattern, which are the least likely to see here.
Right.
And so then it's just
the little nubbies.
You got the nubbies; those will be there.
So, do you want to talk about necklace giraffes?
Necklace giraffes. Yes, I do. So the giraffe is a very romantic animal for me. Tyler and I were in a shopping center at one point, and there was a display of something called Stackimals, which are these little jelly bean shaped plushies about the size of a squished tennis ball. And each of them were shaped like each of them were patterned and designed like a different animal. They were all shaped like a jelly bean, so there were no legs.
So it just had the
face in front,
one end, and
like
the
Nemo.
tail. Okay.
Like the fish in Little Nemo, they were front facing, and so there was a Dory from Little Nemo in there, and little doggies and cats and all that. But they also had giraffes, and the giraffes were no different in shape than the rest of the animals. And so I just looked at it, and I was like, and I looked at Tyler, I was like, they took away the one thing that makes a giraffe a giraffe.
It's so true.
And we were just looking at it and talking about it, and I said either that or something else in the same line of comments, and this lady who was just nearby just burst out laughing.
It's a necklace giraffe.
It's a giraffe with no neck. You took away the one thing that makes it a giraffe.
And how do you define it as a giraffe now?
It's a Lemurkian giraffe. It's the giraffe before it stretched its neck real big to be able to reach the trees. So, since then, anytime we find a giraffe thing, especially there are so many giraffe things out there where the neck is short.
Yeah, because like most of the time, like if you see them, they're like squishmallows, you know, where they have no neck, or it's something where it's a teddy bear based on like a teddy bear shape, and they don't really have much neck, and nobody seems to think about that when it comes to giraffe patterns.
Yeah. So I get to contend with this in my own life.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations. You have brought this problem into your own home.
Maybe I'll just make my giraffe body really short. And then fill up the space that remains with more neck.
No leg, all neck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Short giraffe, tall neck.
Oh my goodness.
So I wanted to switch to someone else.
Yeah.
But I wanted to try. Is random draw still available, or was everyone put away?
I mean, we can do random draw again.
Yeah. Holly is very interested in random draw.
Okay.
There's gonna be more people. Come back.
So I'll just put their things in there, and then
Their things.
You can grab the rest from where the central depository is.
That's right.
Yes.
Trinket management.
Yes.
It's very important.
It has to be, because, like, I'm sorry, but we still have, like, a lot of them.
Venom's a hamster.
Venom's a hamster. Okay, that's where we're leaving it on. Venom's a hamster.
Venom's a hamster. Oh!
Who is it?
Gerald gets to be over here.
Ah, go ahead and put your stuff in here so you can find it later.
It's interesting.
All right.
Get the placeholder ring.
That one. Gerald is settling
0.
in. I am a little bit less good about filling the air. Tyler's just a master.
I'm over here now.
Yes.
I'm over here now.
Welcome to the over there.
Alright, so...
You're a fox.
I'm a fox.
You're a red fox.
I feel like I hit the jackpot, especially...
Swiping it right out from under Tyler. And you don't even have a competitor because, like...
Nope.
No cheeky little trickster competitor because Rob...
He's got to fly like a
gave
butterfly.
that up for a butterfly.
I mean, let's see. Yeah, I mean, Umbra's got cat, and Umbra's definitely a trickster, so we gotta... But I feel like we can handle...
Just don't eat the hamster, please. That's my husband.
No, I can't. He'll probably do some kind of weird teleport out of my stomach, and I'll have indigestion.
Oh, man.
There's gonna be 2 alternate reality hymns and more to deal with.
So what did you think about the round robin style podcast?
Oh, like having different people come up?
Yeah.
I really think it's interesting, like, just not even knowing what order it's going to be or who we're going to be in or any of that. I noticed everybody was pretty giddy.
Yeah.
Had a fun energy to this one this time.
I mean, like, it has been a couple of weeks since No Symbosis has done a podcast, so, like, I'm glad that everybody brought, like, a high spirit energy to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's gone.
Yeah. It's totally gone. It's not completely gone. I just...
Yeah.
This is the Aftercast when we're all kind of like... I don't know. This is like my first fucking Aftercast.
Yeah, it is. Like, we didn't have one after your episode. Just invented it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It was like my first fucking Aftercast. Yeah, it is. Like, we didn't have one after your episode. Just invented it.
Yeah. Man, things feel a lot more calm now
Mm-hmm.
than like my first episode.
Yeah.
So like it's nice to just kind of kick back here and just talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Can we talk about the fight?
which fight?
You and Jules?
Oh gosh.
Like, all we got was the trinket side of things.
He didn't want it bad enough. No one's really expecting you to like actually not just want it, but come up from behind and try to get it.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of surprised nobody else did anything like that.
Right. Kind of surprised that cat made that big meow just then. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Holly. I know I've met you a couple of times. Oh. So he heard all these people come up and he couldn't do anything.
And he couldn't do anything.
Hey, you. Oh. Now he's immediately going to go away.
You gonna hop up here and be annoying?
Maybe.
Yep.
The noises he is making.
He shows his work.
Yes, he does.
When he tries to figure out how to do a jump. He's so loud.
He thinks it all out.
And then he gets quiet as soon as he's where he wants to be. I love how we're talking about something that the audience can't see at all.
Nope. But, like, this is, like... he affects the environment so much.
He does.
This is why we have to keep him out, is because, like, once he's in, we have to tell the audience what it is we're reacting to.
Yes. So, second podcast. I know you've listened to some of the podcast. What do you think of it so far?
It's neat that we've got, like, kind of this time capsule of things that people have been, like, thinking of.
Yeah.
I haven't, like, really thought a whole bunch about the podcast. It's sort of just been happening while I've been around, like, you know, an opportunity while we're doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right.
It's like a video diary without the video, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting that, like, everybody's on it.
Yeah.
It's like interaction stuff that's on there.
We like to have multiple people on there. And I mean, just having two bodies available, kind of limits some of the conversation, but it does make it more, like, focused, I feel like.
Well, it's an interesting format.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really nice to have something like this, considering all of us deal with some kind of anomalous phenomena. And so having something over time that, like, is, like, one connected experience,
Mm-hmm.
That's nice to have.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of have relied upon a bureaucracy to give me that before.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't really thought about, like, just deliberately making it on my own or with other people.
Yeah. Well, welcome to thinking about it now.
Woo!
And
Welcome to
hopefully
thinking.
You have positive thoughts about it.
Yes.
I'm sure you have positive thoughts about the, like, reality that you found yourself in, where you're suddenly a furry.
Suddenly, I am a furry fox.
You are a fox.
Oh man, there is different stuff about the equipment that comes with. Check your equipment first thing.
Check your equipment.
Yeah, if you got, if you're not a human, then there's some different things going on down there.
Yep, and back there. I mean, first thing first, you have a tail.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh man. Live in a reality where you have a tail and all your clothes are all made for tails.
Yep.
feel like it's a reality where, like, just there's a whole lot of clothes that don't have butts.
You just wear chaps.
Like, the tail just covers it all up anyway, so...
The fur, yeah.
Like, why are you going to put that much there? It's going to get weird. These are the important thoughts that I couldn't have without this podcast.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You gonna stick around, or are you switching out for somebody else?
I'm going to switch out for someone else.
Cool.
Feeling the flow.
Yeah. I can't switch with anybody. I've got a cat on me.
He's parked on her arm, and
so flat.
He has this face like he will not move.
Nope.
And yeah, he's just sort of
made
himself into a little brick.
Into the space.
The tip of his tail is twitching, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you got.
That's all I get.
That's all that's happening.
Well, thank you so much, Gerald.
Let me pick the thing
first.
And then I'll request the rings and then switch.
Yes. It means I will have to subtly free my hand.
That way we don't end up with some kind of weird situation.
Yes,
What we got. It's Mantis.
It's Mantis. He always likes to come up for a chat. Here we go.
Later.
See ya. So, oh yeah, I gotta turn that off. I am not as good at this as Tyler is. Hello, Mantis. Still trying to find you. There it is.
0.
Welcome to the Aftercast.
Hey.
Where we talk about the podcast we just had.
Ta-da! About being a wolf. The scale for these is going to be so absurd.
I mean, we started off with giraffe. We knew it was going to be absurd.
I think that's the thing that you've got to accept about anthroforms is that if you have all these people in a room, they're basically going to be like about the same height as regular people, or it just doesn't make any sense. It can't be like Zootopia. It can't. If we Zootopia to this.
Oh God.
So I mean, obviously Venom would be hilarious, but then Ben and Umbra would be so much smaller. Like Felix would be gigantic. Like Felix, Edward, and maybe Jules. Yeah, it's hard to tell like how big a phoenix would actually be.
Yeah.
But between giraffe and dragon.
Yeah.
And then Rob's gonna be like a small.
Or make up the other end of the extreme.
Yeah.
Man.
No, I'd say no bummers.
No.
Like, Butterfly was funny, but I think that Felix is going to do something really cool with that.
Yeah. Which one are you most excited to see?
Oh, which one? So besides mine,
yeah,
I really want to see what he does with Beaver.
Ooh.
Because beavers are pretty special to the house, and
yeah,
Felix has had a lot of opportunities to photograph beavers.
Yeah.
And observe them. So,
and they're not a very common anthro.
I'm not sure if I've seen a beaver anthro, in the actual furry community.
Yeah.
I've seen some cartoon beavers, maybe. And when I say I'm just rolling back the memories in this body.
Yeah. Man, this is gonna be fun. Ben is a beaver.
Yeah.
I never would have, like, put that for him, but it so fits.
Yeah, like, he wouldn't have picked it. I wouldn't have picked wolf, but I was keeping it.
Yeah. I still can't believe Rob gave up coyote. Can't believe it.
You know, I am completely unsurprised.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he would spin the wheel again.
Of course.
Of course he would.
That first choice, so many people were picking their first choice. He had to be different.
Oh, that's right. So many people were happy with the first one. You didn't have any tension.
No. He decided to bring the drama, and the drama dropped him.
Oh, no. Let's see. Did I pick my first one or my second one? I don't remember what the...
We'll have to find out when we listen to the podcast.
It's all recorded. It's all recorded.
Hopefully. We have that little bit.
Oh my... Well, yeah. That was... Venom was talking about, you know, Chrono stuff.
Yeah.
And it turns out that made a few hiccups happen. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? We'll find out how much of a, like, gap that is.
Yeah. I doubt it's going to be too much. It was interesting hearing some of the things that people were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a really interesting one to review. I mean, we got so many people.
Yeah.
Like wow.
11 people, including Tyler and Felix.
Yeah, that's so many different people talking about this subject and answering different questions.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting way to do it. I think, like, a roundtable discussion on a topic, like, it sounds like it would be really possible for us to, like, bat it around.
Yeah. I would, like, say, like, 3 steps does take up a lot of dead air.
I think it's workable. Mm-hmm. Maybe figuring out what it is that we talk about during the 3 steps. Like, it's a live podcast. Mm-hmm. I think if we had an edited version, that would probably be remedied.
Yeah.
I have no idea what our competitors do. What could possibly compete with this? I
mean, the closest would be, like, some kind of a cult podcast, but, like... I don't know if anyone would be openly channeling like Nos and Vos does.
The thing is, like... like, who's managing to get somebody to show up on schedule? Mm-hmm. I don't really know. I know there's a lot of people who do, like, live divination.
Yeah. But that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, it'd be easier to just run a D&D podcast.
That's so true.
Like,
oh my god.
Most people who are doing this stuff are doing it according to, like, what's popular, what's gonna be successful and lucrative.
We're just doing this to record an experiment.
Yeah. There's thousands of podcasts out there that are just like, these couple of people had this one idea that they wanted to do a podcast on. Mm-hmm. Like, just sort of micro niche type stuff. Like, I think that it's really good that we're doing stuff about what we care about.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, figuring out, well, what are people talking about this week?
Yeah.
Because, like, man, I just don't care.
I feel like that could be an alternate reality for all I care.
What are they talking about on Earth right now? I just...
I don't want to know.
Were they They were talking about that just yesterday. No, that was like 5 weeks ago. That was 5 weeks ago? Oh. Okay. Are we having another election? No, we're done with that. For 4 more years. Okay.
Hi.
You know what? I'm going to arbitrarily move the hands of the clock of fate. Yoink.
Oh. He pulled out Venoms. He didn't make it random.
That's right.
Whatsoever. All right. Well, thank you, Mantis, for stopping by.
Thanks for having me over.
Yeah.
Always enjoy it.
Yay. I'm supposed to talk right now.
It's the podcast.
It's the Aftercast where I forget that we're recording.
We are adults who run a podcast.
Are
0. You know, I think it's important to have the 3 steps there.
Yeah.
I think it demonstrates to people that we are doing this each time, how long it takes. If we have difficulties, we even mention it sometimes, and it's a good demonstration of what's normal.
Yeah.
So, hi.
Hi.
Oh, wow. I feel like more alert than usual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did a couple of, updates to just how we channel in general, and it seems to have made a very positive difference.
Yeah. So we tested out a method that we're not going to talk about on the air right
No.
now. But it definitely was a successful test.
Yes. Normally, No Boast would be wiped after that many switches.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm feeling a little bit, but...
Mantis came to the decision that it would be good for this to be the last switch of the night. Or at least for, the Aftercast. And I think that, for the Aftercast, being 3 or 4 people over here is about the limit.
Yeah.
I say 3 or 4 just because, Felix coming in and then 2 or 3 after that.
Yeah. I'm bringing everyone else away.
He didn't get his donuts again, but this time they were way over there and everybody forgot about them. Everyone forgot about them.
Oh, no. Well, so what do you think of your fursona? You just put something in your mouth. While we're trying to talk on podcasts. On the Aftercast. While we're live on the internet. Did you talk about the donut and then grab one? He just nodded his head really emphatically. Yep.
I put the entire donut in my mouth at once. It was so good. It was very important.
Yes. Obviously. Super duper important.
So, what was your question?
What do you think about your fursona?
Oh, the hamster.
The hamster.
I think it's adorable.
I think it's gonna be so cute.
I could not resist a Hamtaro.
No.
And I know I wouldn't have liked the other 2.
Yeah.
No. I'm pretty sure. I get to be a Hamtaro.
So which fursona besides yours are you most looking forward to seeing?
Let's see. I want to see that dragon.
Yeah. It's gonna be a cool one.
Let's see what kind of dragon he goes for. I imagine Felix is going to check in on what flavor of dragon he wants.
Right? Not a wing-a-ling dragon.
Flamingo.
Yes.
Well, I'm very interested in what flamingo is going to look like.
That's gonna be fun.
Let's see. What the hell is butterfly gonna look like?
I have no idea. I'm sure Felix or someone is gonna figure out something great, but I really don't know. I can't believe Rob did that.
I
95% of this has been, I can't believe Rob did that.
And I have to remember back through this body's memories of, like, being 6 different people to remember just how ridiculously Rob ended up being a butterfly.
Right. What the heck? Why would you risk that?
He did it. He risked it all. I bet he was hoping that he'd come up with something really cool after that spin, too.
No.
And then he knew he had to be whatever it is that he got.
I know.
It's cool if you do it on the second spin, but on the third spin, you gotta accept it no matter what it is.
Right.
So there's no choice that you get to show
No.
off.
He just risked it for the biscuit, and he got a butterfly biscuit.
He got, yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me on the Aftercast podcast, where we talk about the podcast that just happened.
That's right.
I've been Jen.
I have been Venom for a little bit.
Yep. See you next time.
Bye-bye.